yeah, obviously he spat blood at us, so obviously that's bang out of order. So anyway, I got sacked for that. But like I said, I wasn't too bothered. So I carried on partying for a bit, but the credit crunch hit in '06 and work just went bump, nothing, you know. And obviously, I'd always knew me brother, was up to no good, he'd never had a job, and he always had flash cars, plenty of money, wicked clothes, this, that, and the other. So who as a kid wouldn't look up to that? But now I know it was stupid, but then, you don't think like that. But so obviously with me now being 21, and obviously I was training. I was in good nick. I was at my perfect fighting weight. I was 14 stone 4, or about 14 4, 14 and a half stone. Benching like 3 plates a side. Then, I was fucking massive, and my brother seen that, and enticed us to come link up with him basically, and we formed a partnership basically in Walker. And if anyone got in my way, they got dealt with. There was a notorious family actually. There was a street in Walker. If you were a kid, you wouldn't dare go down there on your bike, or even walk, because you get battered, or your bike would get took off you. By these. There was about 6 brothers, and it happened to me. They used to bully me. They were older than me, a little bit older than me. But believe me, I got my revenge on every single one of them. I actually had a full on, the hardest one of the lot. He's dead now, like God rest his soul. He took this particular person. He took that many. I'm not mentioning his name, but he took that many batterings. He was fucking. He wouldn't give up. And I had a fight with him in Walker, and it fucking went on and on. And fucking, I had him on the ground, and I was saying, listen, stay down, man, stay down. And would he fuck? Oh, I had to knock him out. I had to put him out. I had to knock him out to keep him thingy. And then they tried to get us fucking nicked, but no video evidence, so nothing could be done. It was fucking just a square. It was a straightener anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, because life's funny like that. Karma's a bitch. What goes around comes around, and I had my revenge on them. So, credit crunch hit obviously. So, and I was making money with my brother, doing various things. What I really can't really talk about. We're well known in the area in Walker, well respected. So my brother had 2 previous convictions for supplying Class A, you see, and the judge said to him, if he comes before him again for selling Class A, he's going to start at a 10-year sentence, so he's going to get at least a 10. So we decided to do a robbery, to go on, and we picked the destination, we scoped it out. We got 2 cars. We got our clothes sorted. We wore 4 sets of clothes for the body mapping for the CCTV. So obviously, if you wear 4 sets of clothes, obviously you appear a lot bigger than what you are. So that's for the body mapping for when if you're on CCTV. Obviously gloves, battly, no firearms, because you know the people you're going up against don't carry firearms, right? And you get an extra 3 to 5 just for carrying, just for the shooter, and that'll be on top of what you get for if you get done with the robbery. So it's pointless, you know. Hammers or pickaxe handles, just as good, you know. And it's not about, it's not about sticking a gun in it. It's about control and making them fear, putting the fear of God into them. That's what I mean, I'm not proud of it. I'm not trying to glamorize it. I'm just explaining what happened, because this is all about the truth. Basically, I mean, I regret what I've done. I own it. I regret it. I wish I could take it back. But it happened. I paid the price for it. I did the jail time. But I'm not glamorizing it. I just want to make that abundantly clear. And so yeah, so when we parked up, we parked up in a street, and then we had to go through a cut. Went through the cut, went into the bookies. I think it was just after or just before one of the major races, so we knew that would be a tidy sum of money there, a decent amount anyway. So went in straight away. The plan was we'll go in, Walker jumps the counter, and I take care of the people on the floor. So went in, and the element of surprise, it's that quick. I mean, Walker was over the counter, and he was at the cashier's feet before they knew what had hit them, And I think there was 3 or 4 people in the shop. So obviously I've told them, look, when I'm gonna just get on the fucking floor, you'll not be hurt. Just stay on the floor, don't fucking try anything. Took all our mobiles off them, ripped the fucking phone out the bookies, took the cashier's mobile, and got all the money out the tills. And it was about 1,200 quid in the tills altogether. And then got it to open the safe, got him to open the safe, got the money out the safe, and then boom, we're gone. 2 minutes, no violence, no one was hurt. It was, I mean, didn't get us wrong. It didn't get, it was wrong what we're doing. But I'm just telling you what happened, So we went. Obviously, bumps. Well, got out the shop, through the cut, into the car, into the BM. Gone. Got to a different car. Burnt the BM. Set the BM alight. Burnt it out. Got to a different car. Got to a destination. Got our clothes off. Burnt the clothes. Burnt the gloves. Burnt the bally. Hide the hammers in the fucking river, and hide all the mobile phones away. On one other thing, obviously, some novices make this mistake. Going on a bit of graft, i.e. robbery, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, for fuck's sake, don't take your phone with you. Especially a smartphone, because they can fucking pinpoint every little way you've been, even if you turn things off, man. So that's a big no. Never ever take a phone with you if you're doing a bit of graft like that. Obviously we never. So we got away. I think we got there was about 1,500 quid in change. I think there was about maybe 12 to 1,500 quid out the tills. And there was 10 grand in the safe. So a big haul for a bookies. Not a massive amount, but enough for 2 minutes work. And no one was hurt. So everything was burnt, all evidence discarded, nothing, gone, everything. All the cars burnt out the lot. So a few days went past, we're partying. I think I got a phone call from my mum saying that the police have been and want to question us. So then, obviously, I'm thinking, fucking hell, something's up here. Next thing, one the fucker will get a paper and it's a double page spread. Wanted these two men, armed robbers. So now it's fucking panic time basically. When they did Nick with, they said they had 40 addresses that they busted for that would been associated with, and they were just busting houses every single day, man, until the court were, so to piss people off, to try and get where, and I think we're on my toes for about 2 or 3 weeks, and we're coming to Walker and we're going to fuck off, and Walker made a stupid mistake. He wanted to get some fucking Coca-Cola, and he rang this fucking person in the when I think about it, like, but it was the only person that could sort it out at that time quickly, and we're in this house, and there was 3 houses in the block. The middle one that we were in was a known drug user and a known criminal, but not really associated to us, so we felt quite safe there. Houses either side were straight people, didn't know fuck all, didn't know nothing, didn't know we were there, didn't know who we were or nothing. So we're in there sitting, and he rings the kid, my brother. He says, right, can you sort this out? Aye, no problem, where are you? He says, I'm just next to Waters Taxis. Now, it was next door to Waters Taxis, 3 houses, you see. And War Kid had just bought that burner phone, pay-as-you-go phone, right, that day, and nobody had the number at all, and he rang that person off it, and he went, right, no problem, it'll not be long, I'll give you a ring back. 25 minutes later, all you could hear was car doors go bum 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 bum, loads of car doors. And War Kid was at the door. It was shut, obviously, he was the other side of the door. Busies. So War Kid didn't have time, they were at the door. He went upstairs. And I was out the back, mate. Out the back door, jumped the fences, and I got to the end of the fences, and I sees this busy at the fucking top, and he tries to grab us, but it was boiling hot, it was in July, and I slid out of his arm, out of his hands, he couldn't keep a grip, so I kicked the fucking garden gate off. This old bloke come out of his fucking house in a string vest and all that, saying, what you doing in my garden? I went, listen mate, don't worry about it, I'm just being chased by a couple of kids, right? Little did I know that the fucking full street was cordoned off. There was a fucking helicopter above, armed response, fucking had the full street cordoned off for it. But when I got out into the garden, into the street, tried to run, there's no way I could go. They had red dots on us and everything. Get on the fucking floor, and then he take the taser at us, bundle into the back of the busy car and away. War Kid ended up on the roof at the house. Had to get a negotiator, had to fucking get him doing. He was up there for about 5 hours. Eventually got him down. So what happened was, the kid that who were trying to get the stuff off, he's known as a bit of a wrong and a bit of a grass, but I had done dealings with him in the past, but obviously he's seen that we've been wanted, and we worked it out over the years, it could only been him. He's told the busies where we were, because apparently we found out later, when War Kid went up the stairs, he put that prepaid phone in one of the jackets that hangs up next to the door. And when the CID busies come in, he went, where's Shane's phone, your brother? And the people went, well, no, he hasn't got a phone, has he? The people who lived in the house. And he went, has he not? Clicked on his phone, and the phone started ringing in the coat pocket. So work it out for yourself. It's obvious, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But shit happens. So that was that. So anyway, we were remanded, Durham, and well, the IPP sentences were just coming into the fold then, and they were giving them out just like wildfire, man. Any violence on your record, you are getting one, which is bang out order, really. I think there's 187 specified offences you can get IPP for. You can't get it for drugs or nothing like that, just violence. We're obviously adding them violence on my record, you know. Brother had a lot more convictions than me, you know. He had been to prison twice previously, and what broke it, being in court, you know, I'm not being big-headed, but it wasn't the sentence what broke my heart. It was seeing my mum and dad in tears in the dock, in the you know, in the, not in the dock, in the gallery. They were crying, you know, and that broke my heart. That, you know, it really did. But they sentenced my brother to a 3-year IPP. Didn't really understand it at the start, but obviously learned to understand that, you know, it's a 99-year tariff that can keep you theoretically for 99 years. You know, it can be revoked after 10 years if you keep your nose clean. But he was MAPA 3, highest risk, you know, because it doesn't mean you do your 3 year and then you get out, you know. You do that 3 year, then you get reviewed. But they reckon anyone gets their first parole, you know. It's like being done for murder. You never get your first parole. And he ended up doing 9.5 years out of that 3 year IPP, you know. I ended up getting 5.5 years, which ended up being 6. They brought another daft driving charge in later on and added it onto my sentence. And I think I got days as well while I was in there, so it worked out. I got just over a 6 year sentence, you know. So I got out like it was the back end of 2009, beginning of 2010. But I was in Durham for like 2 years or a year and a half. No, I was in Durham for a year and a half because E-wing I went on E-wing first, induction wing. Then I'll allocate your wing, obviously. And I wanted to go on D-wing. We were kidding, that's where all the boys were, you know, that I knew. But they wouldn't let us on D-wing, I was just being cunts. So they put us on A-wing, all the Cumbrians. It's fucking 5 landings high. Anyone that's been in Durham, A-wing's a fucking nightmare, it used to be. You can't get away with fuck all. The fucking screws are on you, man. There was this one fucking woman screw, big tall thing with glasses on. She was a bitch. And fucking, she had eyes like a fucking eagle, man. I'm telling you. And fucking, I was on there. I was paired up with a decent kid, actually. Babs from Cumbria. If you're watching Babs, I hope you remember Scotty G from Newcastle, man. We were paired up for a while. He's a good kid. He's a big player in Cumbria. Whitehaven. But anyway, I ended up getting moved. He got one of his boys in with him, and I got eventually got a decent screw, and he moved us to D-wing. And I was padded up with an African kid, Tashoma. Nice lad. Got on really well with him, you know. He was getting bullied when I first went in the pad, but I put a stop to that, like, because it was bang out order, you know. And he was worried about getting deported and everything, you know, the poor lad. I don't know what happened to him, actually, to be honest. He was only doing 10 months. But I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he got deported. He was from Eritrea in Africa, you know. But he was a really, really good lad. Good lad he was. So then I ended up getting paired up with my brother. which was good. You know, there was some good lads in there. Scott Ramsey, he's dead now. Rest in peace, Scott, brother. We miss you. You know, Scott Ramsey, Michael Bellaby. You know, Anthony Bellaby. There's some good Sunderland lads. Mark Garrett. You know, Mac and Mark. Who else? Ricky Elliott, Ben Ray. You know, good lads. Charlie Tams, he was in then. John Haymarsh. There's some good kids, some good lads in there. You know, I used to get, obviously, I used to go to the gym, obviously, as well. So anyway, but when I was up there, no one wanted to go to Accrington, like, for some reason, because if you've got Rick up there, you're fucked. You know, there's no hiding, because in Durham you kind of go in each other's pads, you see. But Accrington, you kind of find a screw up there. If you've got Rick, you're fucked. You know, you're fucked. No, there was this kid fucking thought he was the bee's knees. It was his first time in Durham, doing 4 years for selling drugs. Drove it. Apparently had a canary yellow owl-shaped M3, you know, steroided up, one of them, you know, thought he was this, that and the other. First time drug dealing and all that, got caught. Thought he was hard as fuck. And then, he didn't Durham. Then when he went to Accrington, he's bumped into this kid who had Rick with from South Shields. And this kid's fucking put his hands up to fucking fight him and all that. And the kid's went, what the fuck are you doing? He says, no fighting here, mate. He says, I'm just going to fucking stab you clean up, you daft cunt. And he ended up having to go on numbers. He went on protection. I had to go on protection, you know, so it just shows you know what I mean. But I've seen many a kid, man, fucking, you know, there's this big 6'4" kid from Hartlepool, walking under the yard. He's meant to be one of the hardest in Hartlepool. Little kid from the West End, fucking 10 stone, dripping wet, game as fuck. Just went straight up behind him, boom, 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 stabbed him up the arse, dropped him in a pool of fucking blood, you know what I mean? And that can be done for fucking a number 8, 2 number 8s, 3 number 8s, Subutex, because there was no space then. You know, I think space hit about 2012, and personally speaking, I think it's a plague. From what I've heard, I'm glad I wasn't in when it was Subutex, basically Subutex, when I was in jail. That was it. So, you know, it was after I got out, space started to come into the fold. But of course I've seen a lot of slashings going on. You know, there was a kid, you know, there was one of my pals actually, Billy. He's Muslim. He's in for drugs, doing 3 years. And his pal, Babs, he, not the Babs from Cumbria, this is a different Babs. He's Muslim also. And Babs was on a visit, and apparently Babs was with this kid, and the kid, he was going to pay him, but the kid was a macam and trying to make a name for himself. So with Babs being on a visit, he just went, all right, well, and he seen Billy coming down the stairs, and he slashed Billy. What's in there? Fucking bang out order, man. Bang out order. You know, my brother actually got slashed. What happened was, we're in Accrington, because I went to Accrington first, and I'd been in Accrington must have been in Accrington about 6 months, 5 months, and because I went on to D wing first, induction wing in Accrington, and then got allocated to G wing. You got like G wing here, and then bang opposites F wing. They're the two, like Raji wings, if you will. You know, E wing's induction wing, K wing's super enhanced. Sorry, E wing's the enhanced wing, not the induction wing. Sorry about that. And K wing was the super enhanced shower and your damp and all that. Never seen fucking neither of them. Which was a bit of a fucking thing, like, because there was some right Rajis getting fucking enhanced, and the fucking wouldn't enhance me. So I spent my time on G wing. And I seen more kid. I knew more kid was coming. And the lass he was with before he got jail, her lad was in Accrington from Gateshead, and she used to come and visit him, and give him bits and bobs. And obviously, when Walker got with her, that stopped. You see, so he wasn't pissed off because he lost the bird. He was lost because he was pissed off because of the visits stopped. That was why, right? So obviously, he had a vendetta against Walker, didn't he? And they've done a big fucking. They ghosted a lot of people. Fucking inserting doing the block. Kids who they believed were doing bits and bobs on the wing and that, and various things happened and they were responsible for them. Alleged anyway by the screws, what screws are like. So when War Kid was coming in, they were going out to home house. So my brother and this kid have passed each other, you see. So this kid knew that War Kid's landed in Accrington, and obviously he still had boys on the wings in Accrington. So when he's got to home house, he's got on his fucking mobile phone, phoned the kids in Accrington and said, look, place such and such, however many number 8s or whatever subbies on fucking Shane's head. So they went to the Mackhams, couldn't get anyone to date. Went to the Geordies, and anyone would date. But there was a lot, and I mean a lot of Middlesbrough and Stockton kids in there. And they didn't know us. And to them it was just business, So 2 of them have fucking ballied up. And War Kid was on D-Wing, so I couldn't help them. I was on G-Wing, me. Didn't know out about it. So anyway, apparently they flew in the pad. War Kid's been fighting with them, but 2. And they got him here a little bit. But then fucking, he battered one of them and fell up against the toilet. But another one come from behind and just went whoosh, from there, doing there like that. And then bolted at the pad, So normally if you get slashed like that, you get shipped out straight away. But War Kid said, look, listen, I'm not getting shipped out, I'm not going fucking nowhere, mate. And they says, well, look, it could happen again. This is what the Sue said. He says, look, put us on fucking G-Wing with War Kid, and fuck that, that's it. So when he comes out the block from healthcare, and they've stitched him up and that, he was walking to the wing, and people were hanging at the window saying, fucking hell, you've got some balls coming back on the wing, because it's unheard of, And it put a lot of pressure on me, to be honest, because obviously I've got my brother's back, do you know what I mean? But I had to watch him every time. If he went in the shower, if he was in a pad on his own, I constantly had to be on my guard, I had to watch. And day to day, I was fucking had to put a lot of pressure on us, making sure he was going to be alright, and if need be, to back him up. But all what I found out was, that these 2 kids, obviously with my brother staying, they were going to do me, because they knew I was his brother, and in fear of revenge and reprisals against them, they were going to try and take me out of the picture, but they didn't do it. But what they've done is, the kid who ordered it approached a Geordie kid on my wing and offered him 3 number 8s to swill with sugar and boiling water. Well, unfortunately, little did he know that the kid he approached was one of my good friends and one of my oldest friends, and he's a game little bastard. I'd put him up against anyone. I'm telling you, he's game as fuck. Game as fuck. I've seen him drop kids twice his size. He doesn't give a fuck. So he's come to us and said, look, this is the crack, this is what we want to do. But he says, look, he says, I've agreed. He says, I've said I'm going to do it to stop them trying to get anyone else to, He says, but if you want him done, I'm here. So I'll let you use your own imagination what happened, So anyway, you know, obviously single dampers in Accrington, and I mean it was crazy, man. The money, the money that, you know, them Subutex, you know, they used to go for 30 or 40 quid each, or sometimes you could buy like 3 for 100 or 4 for a one, depending on who it was or whatever, you know. And £100 on New Year's Eve, 100 quid, 100 quid. I mean, now that they've banned smoking, I think it was the most stupidest thing they've ever done, because fucking at the end of the day, it's gonna send people stressed the fuck, right? And also, it's just, you can still get it in there if you've got the money, but it's now between 200 and 500 quid for 2 ounce pouch of baggie. Something that's £12 out here is worth between £300 and £500 inside. So it's just sent the black market through the roof. Are these fuckers got any brains, like? Why didn't they just fucking, you know, it's just smoking. I was in there when the smoking ban come in 07, man. You know? But anyway, so, yeah. Used to go, obviously, hitting the gym in Accrington. And then I got out in beginning of 210. Yeah, beginning of 210 I did. And it was great to be out, you know. Oh, I love, fantastic, no better feeling, you know. Obviously went home, had a party, you know, and just chilled out for a bit. And I think it was about 2 weeks later, I went to see this. I went to see someone down Walker, biker actually, and I was driving. Actually. I had a Toyota then. I bought a Toyota when I first got out of prison. A couple of days after I got out of prison, I bought a Toyota. Vensis. Nowadays, out of all the cars I've had, right, the Mercs, Audis, this, that, and the other, that is the best car, most reliable car I've ever had. I think all I done was changes to the tyres on it. That was it, and it was still going when I sold it. You know, it was a wicked fucking car, that, like. Anyway, so I went to see this person, and we've been driving, and they went, "Oh, can we go and pick my friend up?" I went, "Yeah, I know." She said, "Oh, she's standing waiting for her out at Morrison's." So the friend gets in the back of the car, and you know, we're chatting, having a bit of banter and whatnot. And we went back, we're having a smoke, having a few joints. And then I gives her friend a lift home, you know, and I drops her off. We're linked, we exchange numbers. But, you know, there was nothing happened, anything. And we started seeing more of each other. And we got a connection, you know. And I'm still with her today, you know, we're together. And I don't know, because we both, when we spoke, we used to frequent the same places, Icon, Rock Shots, you know, all the same bars, around the same time as well. So I don't know, we might have bumped into each other, but, you know, I don't know how we haven't come across paths before. But we're still together now, you know, like I said, she's me rock, you know, she's a mint, she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. You know, I love her all in my heart. You know, I've actually got her name tattooed here. There it is there. Yeah. But yeah, she's a great girl. Yeah, she will appear. She doesn't want to be on this yet, just yet, the YouTube, but she will be coming on soon. So anyway, I've started training again. Doing a lot more fitness this time, and I got offered to do an unlicensed fight in Manchester. So I trained solid for 4 or 5 months. A lot of fitness, sprints, 10 3-minute rounds on the bag. Obviously pull-ups, weight training. I will confess I was on the roids as well. I was on test sip and trenbolone. You know, I was fucking monstrous on the trenbolone, man. You know, it was fucking crazy. It's fucking mad. When you have that stuff, it's like sometimes you give us panic attacks because it takes that much fucking. It's people who take it. I know a lad when he first took it, he thought he was being poisoned. You know, it wears off like, but fucking, it's mad. But it makes you super fucking strong, like, or does it not? I mean, I've always had a small waist and quite big legs, so I found it hard, you know, but I was squatting 4 plates a side, 4.5 plates a side, 200 kg. My bench was never me forte, but I did get up to 180 kg bench for 2 reps. That was the best I've ever done. You should start off with 1 plate a side, do 60 kg. Used to blast to 20. Then we used to put 100 on, 2 plates a side, blast off 15. 2.5 plates, 120, 120 kg. Do 10 with that. Then 140, 10 with that. Then 160, 10 with that. No, sorry, I used to do 8 with that. Between 6 and 8 with that. And then finally the 180, I could do 2 reps with it, you know. We used to use elasticated straps on my elbows and obviously on my knees if I was squatting. I had to give up squats actually because with me being a plumber on my knees, my right knee used to fucking go, you know. Used to hurt even though it was strapped up. Dumbbell presses as well. We used to get one passed when we used to go heavy. We used to get one passed up, and then I'd put the other one, the right one, up myself. And the most I've done on them is a 65 kilo dumbbells in each hand, which is like nearly 10 stone, about 10 stone in each hand. Could do them for like about 8 reps, 8 to 10 reps. My pal could do the 70 kilo dumbbells on his shoulders, and he done, my pal Brolly, he done 200 kg bench press. He was always a little ahead of me. He was only 13 stone 10 at the time, 13 stone 7, 13.5 stone, because there was this big Turk and the Turkish guy in the gym, and we seen him doing bench press, and he was growling with like 140, 140 kg, and he was saying, you know, he was like 19 stone, and fucking, I was saying, you see, you don't need to be 19 stone to do 4 plates a side, man, you know. I see, it's obviously fucking, you know, so I'm 14 stone fucking 4, and I'm doing 180 kg. You know, my pal's fucking 13.5 stone, he's doing 200 kg. Do you know what I mean? So, but anyway, we've done like nearly an hour now. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this in maybe 2 parts. So we're going to wrap it up here for now. But if there's anything else you want to know, but obviously if there's anything in particular you want to know about us, ask, put it in the comments, ask. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Just click the subscribe button, it's free. You know, we need to grow the channel. I'm going to do a shout out to Crime Up North channel, Paddy Conroy and Bull's channel. Respect to you both. Yeah, you've been good, you've been respectful to me, so you know, I'll give you a shout out. You know, hope your channel's doing well, and I'll expect a shout out back. Yeah, video with a shout out back, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, shout out to Paddy Conroy and Bull for the channel Crime Up North. You know, they've sent me good messages, so I would be a cunt not to. I would be a cunt and be you know, ignorant not to reply. You know. So we'll leave it here for now, and the next part will follow very soon. See you later, guys.